Hey everybody, Wisconsin Rock Stalker here. Today I figured I'd cut up a bunch of slabs out of some rocks I really liked out of one of my previous videos. So I slabbed it all up, sliced them all up. Let's take a look, shall we? I remember in one of the previous videos, this is one I really liked. Seemed to have a lot of, I'm sorry. There we go, this was in the previous video. Seemed to have a real lot of pink in there and some greens, plus that big agate banding. So I figured I'd slice this one up a bunch of times. There's I slabbed off the back side here. Same thing, it's got lots of orange in there. Move on to another slice of that. This was the other end. Let's see, that's got a real lot of red in there, or orange, I'm sorry, orange. You can still see a little bit of that agate showing through. Oh, there's a light for you. Some of that red in there. Another slice. Same thing, you can see the orange really showing up in there. This one you can even see some gold starting to show up in the bottom. There's that agate veins just starting to show up in this slice. There's another piece of it. This is where that pink really starting to show up there. A lot more of that gold on top. Again, you can see the agate band starting right there. If I get that close enough. Flip this over. You can see that gold starting to show up there. There's the orange starting in. Now another one I liked from the previous video was this one, which I thought, I really like that one too. So I sliced that one up a bunch of times too. And there's one of the first slices. It almost looks like a plume agate. I've heard a couple people say, geez, that almost looks like a plume agate. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I've seen some videos where they said if you can see light through it, it's an agate. If you can't see light through it, it's a jasper. Well, this one I can't see light through, but a lot of the other ones I can see light through. So this is probably jasper and agate, or jasp agate, I guess they call it. This one just, oh, it has so much going on. Just amazing. Look at that. The purples and the oranges and golds and pinks, light pinks, dark pinks. That's a green spot. Man, this rock is something else. I really like this rock. Now that little center piece is kind of constricting, getting tighter and tighter, and the outside bands are kind of closing in on it. And there, that's got a lot of that lavender in the middle there. That section there is getting smaller and smaller. And then it really does some crazy stuff. There's a little crystal pocket there. I don't know if I can zoom that in enough. Probably not. the last little piece. Again, there's the other side of that crystal pocket starting in there. And that was the other end. And then digging around, I seen this one I had picked up earlier, and if you can see on this has got a I don't know if they call that a seam agate, where you got that layer of I won't get this wet, because if you get it wet, it makes it harder to see the crystals. But it seems to have that crystal pocket going right. Let's see if I can get. Oh, I can get pretty close on that. Right down the middle. So I guess that would be a seam agate. Almost looks a little red there. And this is what, on the outside, this is what they look like. Just an ordinary field stone. Not much to look at. You wouldn't think nothing was hiding in there. And look at all that. And on this other one, on this, I seen, geez, I thought, wow, that almost looks gemmy red, and you can see light through it. It's hard to tell on this angle, but it's definitely some red. You can see that agate in the middle there, that red gemmy stuff. So I slice this, and when I slice this, there's that red gemmy stuff in the middle too, or at least in the slab there was. And you can see the agate banding around it, and it's translucent. You can see right down inside of there. Now, obviously, this one's like a darker red. This is kind of like a lighter red, but this is probably the thinner cut, and you can see that. Pretty amazing stuff. Don't know what that is. If that's like a garnet or something, or just plain old red agate. I don't know. Pretty nice looking. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks.